So I was chatting with a friend today, and she said something to me, and the conversation kind of ended shortly thereafter. But I had a really long drive home from where I was, and had kind of been musing about the conversation that we had, kind of replaying it and thinking about the um, the things that we discussed, and um, I kind of wanted to share a little bit about my thoughts about that because I missed the opportunity then. And maybe you're bored, maybe you need to hear it. I don't know. But I thought, what the heck? I'm just going to kind of throw this out there and see where it lands. Um, anyway, so basically, the statement was I shouldn't have to show them how to love me. And I really got to thinking about that. And I think that that is what's wrong with love, or a lot of love in this generation. I feel like we expect people to instinctively know this is how you should love me. You should know immediately, instinctively, my needs, and you should meet them. Which, when we think about that on more than a surface level, is kind of weird to even think that someone should be able to do that. I mean, we struggle so much as human beings just to love ourselves, just to accept ourselves, and that's made evident. Like, as many people want to say no to that as they can, it's made evident by every time we make a poor choice, or every time that we fail to keep routines that we know are good for us, or whatever the case may be. Whatever we struggle with our mental health, or our body image issues, or the list goes on and on and on. So we are constantly learning how to love ourselves better, but someone who hasn't been inside our brain and our heart and our soul their whole lives is supposed to just know? I mean, that doesn't really make any sense, right? Like, I can't be the only one that sees that doesn't make any sense. But the problem is that we don't invest the time to teach. We don't tell people, look, I've learned this thing about myself. This is, in this instance, in this type of situation, this is how I am loved best. And if you want to love me well, you will do your best to love me best and love me well in this way. So, yes, I think we need to teach people how to love us. I do. I think that it goes surface level when you first start vibing with somebody and you want to get to know them. You ask them the questions like, favorite color, favorite whatever, which bands do you like? You take note of the things like their personal style and whatever, and things that they find funny, or things that are entertaining or interesting to them. And we have to go deeper than that if we want to feel like we're being loved well. It can't just stay at that surface level. We have to continue daily to not only teach people things about us, but also to learn things about the people that we love. And I think that too is something that doesn't always happen. We kind of just, I'm going to love you the way that I know to be loved, that I know to love people. And that doesn't work because we're all so different. I can give an example of that really quickly. Once upon a time, when I was in a relationship with someone, I wanted to do an act of service to show that I love them and to love them well. Okay? And so this person, they didn't like to do laundry. Specifically, they didn't like to fold laundry. And so sometimes there would be legitimate mountains of laundry on the couch. And so in me trying to love them well, I would fold the laundry, and that included folding the towels. And it didn't take me long to realize that every time I would fold the towels, the person would then come behind me and unfold them and refold them. And I was like, man, I want, obviously I'm doing something wrong here. Obviously my expression of love is not doing the job in this situation. And so I watched and I learned how to fold those towels correctly. And it wasn't them being petty, which is often the case. Mostly it's not people being petty. when they react to something you do and respond to a gesture of love, maybe in a way that isn't the most positive, it isn't because they're trying to be a jerk. There's usually a deeper reason. And sometimes that deeper reason is because you haven't learned them enough. And they haven't taught you enough about how to love them correctly. And this is a silly example, but it's a true example. This person had a particular closet that they put their towels in. And in that closet, you couldn't put all the towels away correctly the way that I folded them. So they would have to go behind me and refold them in such a way as that they would fit in the cabinet, right? After several times of seeing this happen, I watched and I learned and was taught non-verbally, which is also a thing, how to correctly fold those towels. And so I loved that person better and well afterwards because I was able to fold those towels correctly. And that, like I said, it's a silly small example of being willing to learn how to love someone well and teaching someone how to love you well. And the flip side of that example is, guess what? That is not going to always be the correct way to fold towels. So while I still habitually fold towels that way, in my next relationship where someone doesn't like to do the folding of the laundry, I might have to learn how and be taught by them how to fold the towels in a way that fit in their laundry cabinet. And again, like I said, I know, ridiculously silly example, but the point is, we have to make those investments of our time and energy and stop expecting people to instinctively know the right ways to love us. And that goes way beyond folding towels. It goes way beyond knowing the way they like their coffee, or what kind of junk food they like, or what their favorite music is. It's what makes their soul like just dance and giddy, and what makes them light up, and what triggers them as a person, what kind of behaviors that you exhibit that don't work for a positive love response from them. It's them teaching you those things, it's you learning those things, it's knowing so much more and investing so much more of yourself on a daily basis on finding out who that person is, what they need, and what you're willing to give. So yes, can we please start showing people how to love us? Can we please start learning the people that we love? Again, whether friendship or romantic love, it does not matter, because at the end of the day, what we all want is to love well and be loved well. So let's do that. You know what? And the kicker is guess what? You can love somebody well. You can learn them. They can teach you. And you know what? Sometimes it's still not enough. But when you do those things, you walk away from that knowing that 100% was given on both ends. And there is a deep satisfaction in that. And it's healing to love people that way and to be loved that way. So can we stop? Please, 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 can we stop saying, I shouldn't have to teach you how to love me, or I shouldn't have to learn how to love you. You should just accept the love that I give for what it is, and it should be perfect for you. Because we are all uniquely created individuals who are flawed. Anyway, those are my thoughts.